Yeah, good morning everybody. 3:03 a.m. here in Seattle, 4/13/2016. I guess that's technically making it Wednesday. To me, the week's already feeling like it's like flying by, you know what I mean? No biggie, whatever, but just, like I'm already wiped out, but it just doesn't even feel like, Wednesday yet, but I know it technically is now. I don't really have much for you this week. I'm just sitting here with my Buster cat, who I'm currently petting, because I moved their cat tree out here over by the computer so I can do whatever it is that I do, being a lazy piece of shit, nerding out, and still pet my kitties. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have a whole lot for you this week. I mean, I didn't really do a whole bunch. Chores, laundry, try to clean up a little bit. I realized I had some shoes that were beat to shit, basically, like a pair of shoes that I had for, I'd say, about 10 years now, almost, maybe a little less, but, every single pair of shoes I had just basically all of a sudden had the same exact issue and all decided to crap out at the same time, pretty much. And it didn't matter, like, whether, I think it was, like, the only consistent thing was it was all the same brand, which, probably coincidence, but I think I blame it more on my job than anything, but all Puma sneakers. I had the basketball style, I had I think what was called the Roma, and then I had, like, the Mark III, some kind of shit, but it was, like, basically, like, a, sleeker soccer sneaker style, or whatever you want to call that. And then a buddy gifted me this other pair of Pumas, coincidentally. Basically looked like a higher end version of the soccer sneaker that I was talking about, and it's starting to go out. So I was like, okay, you know what, fuck it. I'm not blaming Puma. I love Puma sneakers. They're comfy and all that, but I'm blaming the job again, because it's like it's got to be. If I'm having the same issue, basically when I'm getting down into the job, to kind of get the mop bucket over like some grooves in the carpet or in the elevator or whatever, I'll use my foot and just kind of like take a little bit of weight off the bottom of the bucket and pull it over. Anyway, so I decided to go with like some Adidas Sambas down at Sneaker City in the Pike Place Market area. Sneaker City generally has some cool sneakers, I would have to agree, but they don't always have like the widest selection. I generally see like Adidas in there. I definitely see Puma in there. Definitely see Nike in there. Definitely see Converse in there. But and I definitely see like some Reeboks in there. So I mean, I guess like what else is there really? But I don't know. It's just like one of those things where it's like either I'm not satisfied with the variety of those brands that they carry all the time. Like I feel like every time I walk in there, there's probably about like one or two sneakers that I would probably buy if I was going to buy sneakers, but it's just like one of those things where it's like the classics. Like, I mean, they're never gonna not sell Sambas, or they're never not gonna sell Chucks, or they're never not gonna sell a pair of Jordans, so of course they're gonna have those. And that's what I mean, is like it doesn't ever seem like they have anything like really cool that stands out to me that isn't like guaranteed to sell. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they're a small store. But considering the fact that, like, for all the hassle I went through just to make it eventually down to Sneaker City, like, I went over to the Westlake Mall, I went over to Pacific Place, and none of them really had, like, a bona fide sneaker store, like a Foot Locker or whatever the other ones are, I feel like I had to go down to like Renton, up to Northgate, out to Bellevue for a pair of sneakers, except for Sneaker City. Not a bad thing, but it's just like, for how unsatisfied I guess I feel like I am every time I walk in there. They seem to be the only game in town, oddly enough. If you guys happen to know of a sneaker store fucking somewhere closer to like downtown Seattle than, Bellevue, Northgate, or Renton, send me an email at the Lucero Podcast at gmail.com. No the in that, just loosearrowpodcast at Gmail. Anyway. Yeah, so I didn't really do much this week at all. Just got some sneakers and that was about it. It's just frustrating when you can't find something kind of cool. Like, I mean, I did find something cool, but, I don't know. I like the search of, like, oh, they got all this stuff here, and man, they got the different kinds of Jordans. Not that I know the difference, but anyway. So, I guess I'm going to do a little bit of follow-up. I asked maybe last podcast or the podcast before that, whatever happened to guitar players? I mean, I was basically going on a rant saying that the guitar is not dead, but it's not sexy, essentially, right now. I mean, yeah, definitely you have guitar players still, but it seems more like, oh, I don't know, how do I describe it? If someone's like suddenly, all of a sudden, about to start busting out and playing disco, it'd be to the same effect, which is, yeah, sure, that's cool, but, trap is where it's at, fucking hip-hop's where it's at. I keep forgetting what that new Chicago stuff is, that it almost sounds like a trap word, but it's something else. I've looked it up several times now, and every time I look it up, I forget it. It's like in one ear, out the other. But yeah, basically, I mean, it's like, or, like the Midwest is really hot right now for hip hop, as far as I can tell. You got guys like Freddie Gibbs, or you've got like a huge scene out in the Midwest. Seems like for a little while it was like, it's always going back and forth between the East Coast, the West Coast, then they throw it down to the third coast, like the South. And I think right now is the Midwest's time. Hopefully that means people will start, renovating Detroit and all that stuff. I mean, Lord knows that city needs it. But anyway, so I'm going to put it on pause here for a second. I'm going to do a little bit of follow-up and see just, a generic list, what they rank the top guitar players that are current and contemporary and aren't like established old farts like Steve Vai or fucking Petrucci. Alright, this list should do. Let's see. Red Bull. Meet the 30 best guitarists under 30, Part 1. These 30 guitarists are alive, they're under 30, and they are the best. Today, the first 15. Let's see. Okay, so of course they gotta do like the narrative intro. Jimmy Page, Lita Ford, Jimi Hendrix, Prince, Annie Clark, Sonny Chirac. I love how they throw Billy Corgan into this list. You've got all these like famous people and then some people I don't know. Thurston Moore, Carrie Brownstein. Carrie Brownstein's a good guitar player and definitely a pioneer of a genre, but I don't know if I would list her as a legend. Jack White, same deal. Slash, B.B. King, Pete Townsend, Marnie Stern. All of these guitarists are amazing. They are legends, but none of them made the list because they are either too old or too dead. Wow, that's really nice to say about Carrie Brownstein. I mean, she's hot, whatever. Anyways, the guitarists here are under 30 years old. Some of their household names are in bands that are household names. Others are unknown. Some play rock music, some do not. Some are virtuosic. Others are less concerned about speed and precision, and more into noise or attitude or something else. Some think solos are cool, other thinks they are passé. And it just goes on and on and on, basically. 10 years ago, guitar was like the first instrument people picked up when they made the decision to play an instrument. Now people are reaching for laptops and synths and samplers. Of course they say there's nothing wrong with that, but they're just like, they're playing the safe route, just trying to get people all fucking rattled up about guitar and doing it in a cliche, shitty way. Alright, so the first guy is Jack Antonoff. No fucking clue who this guy is. Known for dating the creator of HBO's Girls, Lena Dunham, and for being the epically powerful pop guitarist for the band Fun. Okay, I've heard of Fun. Let's play a little sample that they give you here. So far I hear no guitar. Skipping ahead because I just have no patience for this shit. Found you with a bottle of wine, you had in the curtains. Okay, sounds like every fucking thing I've ever heard everywhere. You swore some strummy acoustic guitar. I just don't hear what's groundbreaking here. Boring. Daniel Bachman, 23, known for bringing new energy to the American primitive style of John Fahey and Jack Rose with melodically verbose, whiskey-soaked, and always furious playing. Essential Listening, 7 Pines, the title track from Daniel Bachman's spellbinding 2012 album, Tompkins Square. And then they're playing like something off of NPR Music's Tiny Desk. Don't want to get sued, so I'm just going to skip through as much of that as I can. He's playing a nice guitar, so I'll give him a little bit of credit for that. He's got this cool Guild D150 or something like that. Something nice. It's got some finger style. Okay. Yeah, this is more like it. It's got that Travis picking. For people that don't know what Travis picking is, it's essentially when you're alternating between your thumb and then like your index and sometimes your middle finger for like the little nuances between like high and like the bass note and all that shit. Anyway. Kind of sounds like sometimes like 60s music and some of the alternative scales they used. Probably heavily borrowed his influences from all that. Okay, it just goes on and on. It's cool, but it just goes on and on. Okay, I'll give that guy some credit. It's worth a listen. Dylan Baldy, 22, known for crafting dirty, bouncy, fuzzy songs with his band Cloud Nothings. Essential Listening, Stay Useless, a slacker anthem from Cloud Nothing's Attack on Memory LP, out last year on Car Park. Oh god, one of these bands already. I have to say the music video is pretty cool though. It's like some different animation about some kids riding on a bus, and you got all this graffiti on the back of the seat. You remember back in school days when you rode the bus and you used to graffiti on the back of those leather seats? Okay, that's probably as much of the song as I needed to hear, and the rest of it just repeats, but not my thing. Denny Bowen, 28, known for the thrashing, jabbing Nirvana Bleach era riffs he makes with Room Runner. Essential Listening, Ideal Cities, Room Runner's new album through Fan Death. I feel like they're getting a little lofty with the comparison on that. I mean, it better sound like Bleach era riffs. It kind of has that timbre, but I'd say it's more like Queens of the Stone Age almost. Cool enough, but not my thing. Brett Campbell, 26. Known for singing and playing guitar in sludgy, Sabbath-loving metal band Pallbearer. I feel like I've actually heard of Pallbearer. Essential listening. Foreigner, the heroic opener from Pallbearer's 2012 Profound Lore debut, Sorrow and Extinction. I knew it was going to be one of these bands as soon as they mentioned the fact that these guys probably love Sabbath. Every sludge band that loves Sabbath sounds like this more or less. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, guys, but can we knock it off with the Sabbath comparisons? Sabbath also had some fast songs too, or something that was a little bit faster than 20 BPMs. Sludge sometimes wants to put me to sleep, I said that wrong, but you know what I mean, I sometimes get bored of listening to sludge. What the fuck? Alright, so anyways, fuck that. Gary Clark, we all know who Gary Clark is. Fantastic guitar player, can't fuck with that, even if you tried. Katie Crutchfield, 24. Known for crafting catchy, grungy, heartfelt indie rock tunes with her band Waxahachie? I don't know how to pronounce that. Seriously, though, that's a lot of superlatives or whatever. Catchy, grungy, heartfelt, indie rock. Yeah. Essential listening. Coast to Coast from her band's new Don Giovanni Wichita Recordings album, Cerulean Salt. Okay, so ignoring the sound of the song, either the music video is brilliant or it's really fucking stupid, because she's standing in front of a lake with a movie camera and a certain Instagram filter going on, and you hear an electric guitar, yet she's holding a classical nylon string guitar, acoustic. So it's interesting in that this is either done real quick, thrown together on a budget, hey, let's go down to the beach with a camera and make a music video, or it's knowingly tongue-in-cheek and I can't figure out which it is. I want to say it's just sloppily put together. And somebody was good at Adobe Premiere or something, or good enough. Alright, well, fuck that video. Oh, great name. This guy, you guys, everybody, legend, Dave Davidson, 27. Known for unforgivingly brutal, dizzying, shredding with the metal band Revocation. Sensual listening. The Hive, wicked single from the band's new self-titled album on Relapse. Don't forget to get your scrotum pierced, bro. Oh, God. I hate waiting for videos to load. Fuck yeah, banjo solo. This is actually more interesting than I thought it'd be. These guys kind of have a Megadeth sound. Kind of like it. I may or may not end up just playing this whole fucking video. I wouldn't normally consider this my thing, but they do kind of have this Megadeth element to it, so I'm like, alright, I'm going with it. The drummer even looks like Dave Lombardo, kind of. Nah, I take that back. Nah, I don't know. Wait a minute. He doesn't look that much like Dave Lombardo, but like sometimes like on a glimpse you're like, is that Dave Lombardo? Okay, yeah, these guys actually know how to write a fucking song and change it up, too. And of course, then they fall back into that. Still. Rock your fucking nuts off. Rock your fucking nuts off. Looked like they actually had fun making this music video at a club they must play at a lot.
Boston fucking heavy metal.
Boston. Alright. They must like a lot of Anthrax, I'm sure. Anyways, okay, so Dave Davidson, that was Dave Davidson in Revocation. Definitely got my stamp of approval. Moving on. Mac DeMarco, 23. Known for goofing off a lot, writing smart pop songs. He already sounds like a fucking dick. God. And having one of the cleanest guitar tones in indie rock. Essential listening. Ode to Viceroy. And he sounds like a fucking nerd. Wow. Mac DeMarco's laid back ode to a bad habit that ends with a slick, wiry solo. Yeah, this guy just sounds like a douche, though. Waiting for the song to kick in. Maybe he'll change my mind, maybe he won't. Maybe I'll think that even the song is a douche. Oh, he's got that surf sound. Man, that's just like a Fender Twin and like some other shit. Anybody can plug into a Fender Twin, you just gotta buy the fucking thing. And it looked like he made like that one music video that David Bowie made back in the day, where it was all like weird Technicolor and fucking Bowie is dressed like a clown. It's got that look to it. He looks like he's Canadian and does lots and lots of fucking drugs. What in the fuck? The guitar playing on that is fine, but man, did that suck otherwise. Viceroy. Yeah, it's probably way too obnoxious for you guys, even when I'm doing an impression of it. My bad. Alright. Sadie Dupuis, 25, known for grungy riffs recalling 90s alt-rock radio in the golden days of indie with noise pops band Speedy Ortiz. Essential listening, the sick feedback and nasty squeals on Tiger Tank. Man, this already looks like a 90s video. They've got the Fender Jazzmaster or the Jaguar, I can't tell which. And everybody's kind of dressed like it's the 90s. Oh, and then we got the Fender Mustang. Yeah, this is definitely like an alt-rock band. You're not alt-rock unless you've got a shitty Fender. Or a cheap Fender, I should say. I only play Duosonics by Fender, bro. I'm pretty alternative. It's a Jazzmaster, got confirmation. I like Jazzmasters and Jaguars, by the way. It almost looks like this music video is like an advertisement for shredded paper, orgies, and like female paper wrestling? I don't get it. I would keep going, but this isn't really my thing either. God, I can't believe that was 2 minutes of your life you'll never get back, and mine. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, Mimi Galbier's 26, known for overblown buzzsaw rock riffs that ooze venom and attitude via her band Heavy Cream. Essential listening, John Johnny from Heavy Cream's most recent album, Super Treatment. I could see this actually being commercially viable. Kind of like a chick version of like Black Keys or something like that. She's got that like Joan Jett voice. maybe we'll hear more of that in the future, but for now, I'm done with that. Ben Greenberg, 28, known for making rock music with The Men and much, much weirder sounds with his one-man shredding project, Hubble. Essential listening, the ferocious Hubble drums, released in 2011 through Northern Spy. Waiting for this shit to kick in. Here we go. They call it a shredding project, but it just sounds like he, looped and layered, guitar licks that were kind of fast over each other. It's not like he's, fucking Vinnie Moore shredding through notes and scales over here. Oh, and of course he's getting on the roof like he's fucking playing Abbey Road. Seriously, if this doesn't turn around in 20 seconds, I'm gonna skip forward. If this doesn't turn around, I'm saying fuck this. I hope that's not too bad that he's got sitting on its side, and not the right way it's meant to be sitting. Oh god, and he's fucking tapping this guy. Okay, now he's actually playing it. Sure. Get to it. Quit fucking jerking yourself off. Alright, never mind. Fuck that Ben Greenberg kid. Danielle Haim, 24. Known for making irresistible agile pop with smart guitar lines with Haim, the band she started with her two sisters. Okay, so the only thing I know about Haim is that the bass player makes some funny ass faces when she's fucking rocking out. She looks borderline short bus, I'll put it that way.
Like I'm standing at the edge, I know that no one's gonna turn me around. Just one more step.
And of course they gotta look all silly like they're getting ready for a business meeting that's casual, but they're walking through the middle of the woods. And of course they gotta have some fedora kind of trilby thing or whatever. You know the outfit. You can just imagine it. The high-waisted shorts. Never liked Haim. Phoebe Harris, 23, known for playing brilliant and simple melodies as the lead guitarist for rising punk band Potty Mouth. Essential listening, Damage, the first single for Potty Mouth's debut album, Hellbent. Kind of almost sounds new wavy. Okay, so I could only get 14 out of this list because the final example didn't have a audio example I could just queue up right away. But man, if that's part one of the best 30 under 30, holy shit, there was only like one or two or three standouts on that. Like, no wonder the guitar is not sexy right now. Nobody's fucking putting any effort into song craftsmanship whatsoever. And those that are probably have songwriters writing songs for them, or just any slew of other reasons why I could probably like knock them and say they fucking suck. But Morgan, why do they suck? Why do you have to be such an asshole? I don't know, maybe because I don't have to fucking like everything that everybody else fucking likes, and acknowledge that there's a lot of fucking bullshit that goes on in the music industry, like, you know, you got ghostwriters for a band, but then like when you look at the album, you know, it's like, oh, songs written by the Jonas Brothers, but it's like, you know, fucking Dr. Luke probably fucking wrote them a couple songs or some shit like that. Come on now. Fucking Justin Bieber, same situation, doesn't write his own fucking songs, and you know it. Anyway, so I don't really feel bad about that, you know. That follow-up is really disappointing. Why don't you play something on guitar, Morgan? Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But I know if I was going to be trying to pursue that as a career, I'd definitely write some better fucking songs or put some more thought into it. Fuck. Alright, anyway. So I ran into this on my Facebook feed, but let's see here. The shocking truth behind the police shooting of Navajo mom L'Oreal Singine. If I mispronounce that, you know, that's definitely my fault, but I believe that's how it's pronounced anyway. Basically, there's like a huge stink going on right now because this white male police officer fired 5 rounds into a what was just their. This article is kind of crap because they're using like, you know, a definite bias on the thing, but I'll just read it to you. Native Americans living near the Navajo Reservation in Arizona are asking why a quote-unquote big white male police officer had to shoot a quote-unquote petite Native American woman 5 times. Native leaders in the town of Winslow say police left L'Oreal Sanguine's lifeless body on a sidewalk for hours, lying there with a bullet wound on her hand, arm, and neck, and exit wounds in her back. Essentially, they're saying there's 2 sides of the story, and the cops were just following up on what sounded like a casual theft from let's say like a 7-Eleven or you name it, Piggly Wiggly, I don't give a fuck. And so they say like, oh, she matches the description, so they start fucking with her, and all of a sudden out of nowhere they shoot her 5 times. They say that she apparently like raised a pair of scissors at them or whatever. And other people who were witnesses say like they don't deny that she had scissors, but they also say like, you know, we didn't see her raise her hands at anybody, so like, does that mean did she have scissors, you know? All in the same article. So it's kind of like this interesting thing where it's like, you know, as much as I hate to say it, I mean, if she had scissors in her hand, and even if she wasn't flashing it at the cops, and it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, did the cop have enough time to decide like that his life wasn't in danger? And on top of that, okay, let's really analyze the situation. You know, let's say even if she did have scissors in her hand, like, did she need to get shot 5 times? Wasn't a taser involved? Couldn't you just take her down? Like, you know, I mean, aren't they trained in some kind of combat? Like, what, you know, even if you get like a little bit of a stab with some scissors, it's not going to be that bad. And I guarantee your police combat training is probably going to be thorough enough to handle that kind of a situation without going lethal method. I have no idea. Like, I'm all over the map on this one. Like, it's a shitty news article, so I have my questions, and they try and be thorough and do all this stuff, but it's a whole lot of finger pointing and all that stuff. But it kind of goes into this overlying issue of a lot of Native Americans on border towns around their reservation. You know, the women get raped and murdered, the children get, you know, raped and murdered, or young boys get just straight up murdered. And, you know, grown men, I don't really know. I mean, like, obviously, if you're just getting murdered just for being Native American or whatever, that's fucked up. But if you're a grown man and you're getting yourself into, like, some fist fight, or you're running your mouth and somebody decides to kill you, I mean, not that it's, you know, justified, but you kind of had it coming, I guess, if you're running your mouth way too much. I don't know. It just like, you know, it's one of those things that comes with the territory of being a dude. Like, if you're running your mouth and you get killed, you kind of had it coming, even though it may not have been justified. I don't know. Anyway, that shit's rough, though. But yeah, obviously Winslow, Arizona is up in arms. And, you know, I don't know. The point is, it'd be nice if there wasn't this, what seems like systemic issue going on. This same shitty article at some point says that statistically Native Americans are more likely to be killed by cops, and I think that's on a per capita basis than, you know, any other minority. Again, I think that's per capita. I mean, like, if you compare raw numbers, are there more overall black people killed by police? Maybe. Latinos? Maybe. But maybe they're talking on a per capita instance. Unless they're really talking like, no, like, fucking, without a doubt, you know, say there's 20,000 black dudes that get killed by police in a year. No, I mean, that number is, like, way too much. Let's say there's 50 black dudes that get killed by police every year, but it's like 1,000 Native Americans get killed by police every year. Then it's like, okay, then that's really, like, way above and beyond. But I really think it's more of like a per capita issue. Anyway, did I say that already enough times? It's a per capita issue, maybe. Fucking, I'm all over the place today. Let's see. Hundreds attend a vigil for honoring the slain Renton mother. I guess she was a nurse. But from the sound of it, she was basically trying to hook up with this guy. This guy, you know, try and meet somebody, you know, settle down, do that whole thing or whatever. But then, you know, the guy up and kills her or whatever. You know, it's like, man, fucking shit's crazy. Can I get this shit fucking muted? There we go. Alright, so, yeah, let's see. Ingrid Lynn reported missing Saturday morning. Lynn was last seen leaving for a date Friday at the Mariners' home opener. Wow. Her body was found Saturday afternoon, dumped in the Central District in a, like I heard it was like a recycling bin. John Robert Charlton arrested Monday morning. I guess he was arrested at his ex-girlfriend's residence, Snohomish County. Yeah, this guy just seems like a total douche, though. I mean, like, they're going through all these issues in the article, like, who was the victim? So, you know, like, it could be anyone, including you. Who is the suspect? You know, I mean, it tells you who exactly the guy is the suspect, but I think the way they're phrasing some of these, like, questions in bold is like, it could be any guy, you know. How did they meet? You know, Facebook, Tinder, doesn't really matter. That means, like, kind of like one of those concepts. I mean, that's essentially what it's saying here. How long were they dating? About a month. When was Lynn last seen? Before the Mariners game on April 8th. Let's see. When was Lynn's body found unidentified? Found at 4 p.m. Saturday in a recycling bin near 21st and Pine. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Yeah, chopped her up, put her in separate bags. Man, this shit's fucked up. When will Charlton be in court next? When is he arrested? He'll be in court Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. Next appearance will be on his arraignment after he is charged. Charges are expected Thursday, and an arraignment date will be set after that. Who else in Lynn's family had contact with Charlton? Lynn's mother went through her cell phone. Where was Lynn killed? Evidence outlining court documents suggests that Lynn was killed at her home, though police have not said where she was killed. They ask you questions about, what do we know about Charlton's history? Born in Idaho. Some pot busts, like a little bit of possession. They go through his whole criminal record, basically just a bunch of DUIs, substance stuff. 2006 he did some aggravated robbery in Utah. Threatened his parents while referencing a copy of Hannibal the movie. 2009 felony theft in Montana. October 2015, he was found guilty in Linwood Municipal for driving without insurance. Let's see, February 2016, stopped for driving Ford Taurus with expired tags. He lists his address in Seattle's Ravenna neighborhood. Is Charlton a serial killer? Police have not said that. Man, this guy just sounds like a genuine, just a genuine piece of shit. And they don't really tell you too much on it. They're kind of keeping tight-lipped on it because they want to, I think they want to really bust the shit out of this guy. I gotta say, there's a screen cap below before we go on. I feel like Chief Kathleen O'Toole's really taken the job on because it looks like she's aged in her short time in her position. She looks really stressed out, and when we first elected Obama, he looked fresh-faced and all that shit, and now he looks mature. I feel like Kathleen O'Toole's short time here as police chief is kind of taking its toll on her. Whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that she has to be this ideal image or whatever, but I'm just saying, man, that's gotta be a stressful job. Let's see what else is going on. Something about an armed suspect shot in Lake Stevens. A 22-year-old man has been hospitalized after being shot by officers in downtown Lake Stevens. Officers responded to 18th Street Northeast and Main Street just before 11 after multiple reports of gunfire. Officers found an armed man and ordered him to drop his weapon. The man refused. After repeated attempts to negotiate, the officers fired at the man, hitting him. The 22-year-old was taken to Providence Regional Medical Center in Everett with non-life-threatening injuries. The incident remains under investigation. Be nice to know what the incident was, but I guess it was just basically cops shot somebody, and the dude probably deserved it because he was being a douche. I don't know. Country artists condemn LGBT laws, but the music labels, are silent on the issue. Well, I'm kind of just jittering off some headlines here, but that's no fucking surprise. These are the music labels. They're not gonna say one thing in any direction or the other to affect their record sales. They know they have enough people that are looking to them to be well, were you going to say something about this in one direction or the other? So, big fucking surprise there, Record labels aren't going to say, let's get rid of all the queers, or, yeah, let's let everybody get married. They're gonna keep their mouths shut. They're gonna keep fucking making money. And like always, business as usual. I guess Ballard residents are taking up action to clean up their neighborhood. They've got all these like homeless camps out there, and it's like, well, I mean, if people are trashing Ballard, and the city's not doing anything about it, I mean, that's what you gotta do. Just don't get stabbed by a fucking heroin needle. Let's see what else is going on. That's really about it in the fucking news that I could see that was new and interesting. I guess a man was found murdered in Everett Swamp. I guess he was like a veteran, maybe. I thought I read this. Yeah. Everett police are looking for a killer, and we're learning more about the victim Tuesday. A 54-year-old David Webster's body was found in a swamp just off of I-5. He told his family he had some struggles, likely living in the homeless encampment where his body was discovered, but they also said he was a loving father, grandfather, and partner. Man, who knows? Sometimes, like, homeless people might get under the influence and might just murder each other for stupid shit.
For over 75 years,
who knows
Albert
what the
Leo.
fuck. We're already at almost about an hour. Fuck. I really can't think of anything else that's going on. I basically just read shit off of Cairo 7 and fucking hopefully that didn't put you guys to shit, or put you guys to sleep. I don't know what the fuck else to do. Alright, peace out, y'all.